So as always with my everyday carry, I carry some on me and I also carry a bag if I'm going to leave the house and I want to carry a little bit more. So let's start with the bag, and this is a nutsack. Yes, you heard me right, it's a bag called nutsack. I'm not going to go too into depth in this because I'm probably going to do a video on it. It is a lovely little bag. It is really a bag that's meant to be attached to a larger bag. You can use the molly strips to attach it to that. It's made of canvas, it's water resistant, and it's got molly strips on the front of it as well, and it is just a very well made bag. Now this is full of bits and bobs just to really show you just how much space there is in one of these nutsacks. So you've got lots of compartments within it, and you've got some to hold knives or flashlights or pens or really anything that you want it to, and it is just a really well made, thought out bag. And I really like this. I've got a lot of little bags like this, and out of all of them I have to say this has become my favourite. Like I said, if I'm leaving the house and I want to chuck a few bits in the bag rather than having my pockets laden down, this is where it is going to go. So next up, let's get the thing out the way that everybody carries as part of their EDC without really ever thinking about it, and that is your mobile phone. What can I say? Mobile phones are mobile phones. I've simply gone online, found a company that puts skins onto mobile phones, and I've put a camouflage skin onto the back of the mobile phone, and then with a clear case I can put that over to protect it. So you can chop and change them around, and you can get these sort of skins off the brand, I believe. I'll put a link below to cover everything from phones to laptops to Nintendos to even PS consoles if you want to as well. So let's get into sort of some more exciting bits and bobs. And the first thing is, one of the things I hated about carrying EDC on my person so much was the way that it would lie in my pockets. You'd have keys jamming into your legs, and depending on the depth of your pockets, you know, it could become difficult to find things. So let's keep it organised. So here we have our ARC Company pocket organizer. This one is the Defender, and of course it's in camo. They come in many different styles, many different shapes and colours. It really is up to you what you choose. Again, I'll link it below. This one, I just like the look of it. I tend to wear a lot of sort of overcoat jackets like this, and layer up, rather than just sort of wearing a thick jumper and a thick jacket coming into the winter or anything like that. So this sort of suited me really well. It can go up into my top pocket very nicely, or I can put it in the back pocket or the front pocket of my jeans. You've got two pockets here, a larger pocket here, an internal pocket which you can reach by opening this up, and then a little small pocket on the back as well. And all this really does is it keeps everything from slipping and sliding around in your pocket and keeps it organised. And again, I really like this. It has just meant a bit more organisation. And I don't carry a lot of keys. In fact, I only carry one key at the moment because I'm still working from home. So to be able to put that key just in this back pocket and not have to worry about it is actually a really good thing. Now, from my last video, and if you didn't see that, I'll link it up here or I'll link it below. I'm still rocking my rainproof pad, which always comes in very handy. And this time I'm rocking a camo pen, Fisher Space pen. So it's just nice and easy. They're relatively cheap and disposable pens. They're right in the rain, they're pressurized, so it doesn't matter if you write upside down or in space, they're always going to work for you. So this just slips in there, and then the pen goes in there. And still carrying and still using it for my RCCC because I absolutely love it is the Knipex pliers. These things I find incredibly handy. They're not industrial pliers. You're not going to be able to turn gas mains off or water taps or anything like that with them, but certainly for the things that I do, for adjusting the tripods and bits on my bike, skates, rollerblades, whatever the kids bring up to me, I found these things actually really useful. They're very adjustable, they're very light, and they were very inexpensive, and I just think they're cool. cool as well, which, come on, is part of the whole experience as well of carrying the EDC. They're a bit of a talking piece as well when people see them. Now, I said that sort of carrying a mobile phone is sort of a necessity, and so as well are cards. Now, I could put my key and my card in this back slot here, and it really wouldn't be a problem. However, I have also picked up this little thing here. So hopefully you can see this on camera, and really all it is it's a board, very rigid, and it's been covered with elastic in different directions. And as you can see here, I've got a couple of cards, and they simply slot in like that and are held in place. So you could also put in your house key, you could put in a little mini flashlight, you could put in a big lighter. Really, it's again entirely up to you, but I've been slotting my cards in this. And also, when I do go out and I do take the bigger car, I tend to try and walk, and I tend to try and ride my bike as much as possible. But when I do take the car, you've got one of these giant key fobs, and it's just nice to be able to sort of slot that in there. So I can have my art company pouch in one pocket, and then I can either chuck this into my bag, or I can chuck this into the other pocket. It was very inexpensive. It's really useful, and there is actually a smaller one that I ordered as well, and that actually has some molly clips on it, so you could attach it to the outside of the nutsack on the molly webbing if you wanted to do that. And it's just, again, a cool, useful little item. If you are going to order one, just be aware that they do come from Lithuania, and the post on these absolutely took forever. It took about 4 weeks for these to come through. Not really a problem, but yeah, if you do order them, don't expect them sort of in a hurry, just especially if you're in the UK. The post at the moment is an absolute nightmare. So what I have been doing is, of course, I always carry a hank, and of course I am carrying a camo hank. For those of you that don't or haven't seen one of these before, maybe new to the channel, I just think these things are fantastic. On the one side, you've got a piece of cloth for wiping your nose, coughing into, wiping up spills, and then on the other side, of course, you've got a microfiber cloth. These are great for cleaning your glasses, your phone screen, or your camera lenses. So what I've been doing with this is I've got my cards in here, and I've got maybe my key in here, and I'm putting the hank around that. And then when it goes in my pocket, what I've actually got is a nice pocket square. So it just fits nicely in the pocket and is sort of disguised by the hank. And if I need the hank, it's not really a problem just to sort of whip that out and get to it really quickly. Lighters, always carry a lighter. Yeah, I smoke cigars, so it's always handy to have a lighter. And I've used this lighter before in another video, but it is just a cool lighter. This isn't an original Zippo case, it is an original Zippo insert, but the case, I couldn't currently get the Zippo case in the UK. So I just went for another one that is a no-name brand. Has a little clip on the back, but this thing tends to go into my fifth pocket, tucked out the way, always there if I need it. And again, it's just handy to have a lighter on you, and this one being waterproof as well if you're going out camping or you're going out hiking. Quite cool just to have a waterproof lighter on you. So I'm smoking one of my favourite cigars today. These are absolutely delicious cigars. They're the Camo barrel-aged cigars, and they are just a lovely smoke. About an hour and a half to 2 hours to smoke these, and they've just got a really nice flavour to them. A hint of whiskey going through them as you smoke them because they're barrel-aged in whiskey, and just an absolutely delicious cigar. So if you're into your cigars, can highly recommend these, and I will be sparking this up later on this evening. Now, after my last video, I loved the little pry bar, so I went and got myself another pry bar, and the thing that's really been missing from my EDC is actually a screwdriver, but I've got a couple of other screwdrivers coming, just waiting for the post to sort itself out. It's a 511 tactical, and it comes off a UK website, so the delivery on this was super quick because it's already in the UK. I'll link the website below. And you've got really a little flat head, I suppose, and a little pry bar on the end, and then it has like this rubber band here, and you can take out a bit and slot it in the end, and you've got a Phillips and you've got a flathead. So for the things that I really want to do, again, minor things, opening up kids' toys, fiddling around with backs of cameras and tripods and stands and things like that, this is more to enough what I need. It's not a universal bit, it obviously is a bit that just comes with it, and that's kind of annoying, but just to have on me, just to do those little jobs that I need to do, not to have to go to sort of the man drawer or into the shed, this just makes it much easier, and it just tucks down in the back and out of the way. So flashlights, I've got a Phoenix flashlight, and it is sort of more of this urban camouflage. It's quite a hefty flashlight, quite large flashlight, but it sort of meets my requirements for what I like in a flashlight. So firstly, it has got a number of modes, but it is still very simplistic in its working. It just has a tailgate push to turn it on. And then what I like about it is you cycle through your settings here. So you go low, medium, high, and then if you hold it, it will go into strobe mode. I really like that. So it is a little bit chunky. I don't so much mind the weight. So really out of this carry, it's a very light carry, and this is the only sort of hefty thing within it. And whatever mode you've left it on from the last sequence is the mode that it will remember for the next time, which again I really like. So before I'm going to bed, I set it on the low mode, and then if I need to go in the toilet in the middle of the night, I don't wake everybody up doing that. So it has an eco setting. The eco setting is just 3 lumens. You then turn it up to your low setting, which is 50 lumens, then to your medium, which is 150, then up to your high, which is 350, and then up to your strobe, which strobes at 1000 lumens, and also your turbo, which you just gently press down, and that's your 1000 lumens as well. It's also waterproof up to 2 meters, so again, if you are sort of going out, maybe doing a bit of photography, taking a hike, whatever you do, and it does end up in a puddle or a little stream, not a problem. It's rated IP68 to 2 meters, and that's kind of good. I like it. That definitely goes on the list as a good flashlight. So this is the part where I switch over to knives. If you're not into knives, thank you for staying and watching this far. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification button, and everything I've talked about is linked below if you'd like to check it out. Some of them are affiliate links, but most of them are just direct links. So first up, we are going today for a fixed blade, and I've never done a fixed blade before. There were a couple of options of folding knives, but you know what, I like a fixed blade. I would carry a fixed blade if we were allowed to in the UK. I know even in the States, it's only certain states that allow you to carry a fixed blade, and I saw this one and it perfectly matched in with the theme, so I thought, why not? This is a Remington. It's a relatively cheap knife, comes in about £40, but I just picked this up. It's got a Kydex sheath. I don't even know if it is Kydex or whether it is just plastic, and you attach it to your belt. You're going to have to feed your belt through there, but it is a nice knife. It's sort of got a polymer plastic handle. It's got some jimping on the back. It is nice and sharp, straight out of the box, and it just has a nice hand feel to it. It's got a concave blade. Just sometimes to have a fixed blade, again in the UK, if I was going camping or something, I would probably get away with having this as long as I could show a reason why I had it. Now to the other end of the spectrum, we have a UK legal knife, and we are going back to a Spyderco. I know that Spydercos are very, very popular, and also that this is brown, not green, but you can get them in multiple colours, so take your pick on what colour you want, but I really like this little thing. Now there's been a bit of a debate when it comes to the knives between my son and my partner. My son really has liked the look and the feel of the fixed blade. However, my partner is really liking, and this is unusual because she doesn't usually pay a lot of attention to any of the knives that I play around with, but she really likes this little Spyderco. So I'm actually thinking of doing an EDC for my son because it's his birthday soon, so making him up an EDC, and also as well for Christmas making up my partner an EDC. So if that's something you'd like to see on a video, then please obviously let me know. So if you'd like to see my son's EDC, then in the comments below put son, and if you'd like to see my partner's EDC made up, then put ball and chain. It's got sort of a cleaver shape to it. It has no liner lock on it, but it's a reasonable size. I mean, I've got quite chunky hands and I can get 3 fingers with it. So if I put a lanyard in there and extended the lanyard and used the lanyard as grip, I can get quite a good little grip, and it's got quite a good detent on it. It does take a little bit of work to sort of push that in, and then no, there's no, oh there is, and there is a little stop halfway, but then kind of quite a vicious little snap there, but a nice little cute knife there, and certainly once it gets a lanyard on it, it will fit nicely into that pocket. Now don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. It really does help the algorithm, helps the channel to grow, and I just really appreciate all your comments and all your support so far.